Hello and welcome to Breakfast Central. We are back on the air, the weekend starter edition, because after Breakfast Central comes Breakfast Extra with Mazzino and, of course, Judith. But then again, let's focus on why we're here. I'm saying good morning to you. Hope you had a fantastic night. And I hope the gongs and the sound that's coming all the way from River State is not in any way affecting your eardrums, because the sound that's coming from there is louder than you can imagine. It's basically the rift that's taken another part. Maybe we'll call it the series in part 6. I don't know what Linda thinks about it. Good morning.
We'll get into the details of the political high-stake drama that is unfolding in River State. But you're welcome to Breakfast Central, reaching you live from the city of aquatic splendor. And a city of aquatic splendor indeed, because in the month of January, the rainfall we witnessed overnight yesterday is quite unprecedented. In recent memory, I can't recall having such a heavy rain in January, but it is what it is. That's why I'm dressed the way I am, in tortoise neck, you know, because of the frigid conditions. That reminds me of when I was in the UK, but I mean, jokes apart. You're welcome to Breakfast Central. We have a lot for you to digest, insightful analysis on the biggest stories happening across the country. And of course, we're very complete today. Yeah, the Transformers are complete, yes. And allow me to introduce Lady Olive.
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
My name is Olive. I'm very, very happy to be back. I missed you both so much yesterday. I wasn't at work because I was unwell. But I'm glad to be back here, the Avengers. You called us Transformers, Binga. We are Avengers.
We're not, the good Transformers are what? I know the Decepticons are the bad ones.
Decepticons and oh my goodness.
I don't even understand.
Believe this.
I don't even understand that Transformers.
We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you.
That Transformers.
It's Avengers that I don't understand. I never watched.
No, I don't understand Transformers. That one that car will turn to something that is
that's Transformers.
No, I don't understand it.
Autobots.
Yeah. It's Autobots and Decepticons.
Please, I stick to Avengers. Anyway, thank you so much for being here with us. Glad to be back. Interesting news happening in Nigeria, outside Nigeria. You see what's happening with Donald Trump. Unfortunate reports reaching us about the 37-year-old widow who was killed by ICE agents, the response of the U.S. president, the protests that have ensued, and the response to the protests after. Really, really sad. I mean, seeing Americans, they're being tear-gassed in the face by the ICE agents, and then they'll tell you it's self-defense.
Yes, and then you have the goal to talk about protests in different parts of the world, that they shouldn't use deadly force when it's happening in your backyard. And just 2 days ago, during a funeral service in the church, gunmen went there, killed 2 people, and the 10 people were shot. 2 sadly lost their lives. This was happening in the United States of America. I wish Xi Jinping or Vladimir Putin would tell President Donald Trump that Christians have been persecuted in this country, and they would, you know, there is a disgraced country and things like that. So, I mean, let's be careful the kind of things we say, and let's also look in the mirror and introspect when we make decisions. Yes, and that message is to Mr. Donald Trump.
Anyway, let's come back to Nigeria. While drama is happening outside the country, there's a lot of drama happening in the country. Season 2, episode 1 of the River State saga is, it's currently on Netflix. But we'll be bringing you the details of that. We're streaming live on YouTube. You can drop your comments there regarding what your projections for River State and the outcome of the drama in River State will lead to. Leaders of the All Progressives Congress in Abuja have taken to the streets in protest, demanding the removal of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, over what they describe as actions that undermine the party's interests. The demonstration held in the nation's capital drew party leaders and supporters who accused Wike of weakening APC unity and acting against its political direction. With placards raised and chants echoing through the area, the protest called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to intervene and sack the former River State governor from his ministerial post. Now, as the pressure mounts, the question now is whether the president will heed the calls and remove Wike or keep him close as political calculations build towards the 2027 elections. In interesting clip there. But there was also another video. We have a video of Ajibola Bashiru speaking about the Minister of the FCT and asking him to step aside if he knows he wants to face Rivers politics. And he should step aside from his ministerial capacity.
I think it's a good advice. And he happens to be the APC National Secretary.
Absolutely, yes. And Wiki, of course, clapped back at him. It's been a lot of...
What was the minister's response?
Wiki said that he's coming for the 600 billion naira.
Yes,
that he heard that the sole administrator had left while he, left office.
And in what capacity?
Under
what law?
That's where his interest is. However, he should stay clear. Of course. However, he should stay... See, there's a lot... This drama, a few days ago, Fubara had said that the FCT minister likened him to a rat that will come in and eat some things. And then the same governor of Rivers State said that don't mind people who come out in public and make noise. That once the camera is off and they go back, that they start crying. So
I mean, it's becoming it's almost reminiscent of the high tension that we could feel in the air before the state of emergency was declared. And with what is going on, I really think that Mr. President needs to step in, and wise elders of the parties need to step in and do something about it. And in all of this drama, I mean, we always say, where are the people? How does it benefit the ordinary people, apart from content?
Let me read exactly Wiki's response to Bashiru. He said, okay, you know what? Let's take a look at the video first, where Ajibola Bashiru, the National Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, was sending a message to the Minister of the FCT. But, okay, no, we don't have that first video. Let's give you Wiki's response. The question that Benga was asking about was Wiki's response to him. Let's take a look.
Let me warn those who come to River State because you have heard about 600 billion. You come here, you collect, and you open your mouth to talk anyhow. I want to say it. You know, when you are doing something for the interest of everybody, some people will come out to make sure those things don't work. I say it here, Victor, I want to say it here. Take this message. Tell your National Secretary, leave River State alone. Leave River State alone. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Kapinta, Bidikila, Owa Pondole, Kamanga, Wokandole, Owa Pondole, Kapinta, Bidikila, Owa Pondole, Kamanga, Wokandole, Owa Pondole, Kapinta, Bidikila, Owa Pondole, Kamanga, Wokandole, Owa Pondole. Don't take our support from Mr. President for granted. You have to be careful the statement you make. You have to be careful. Today, you are enjoying in Osun. You don't know those who did the work. You are opening your mouth to talk about River State. Anything you see, take it. Anything you see, what? Take it.
Agreement is agreement, yo. Agreement is agreement, yo. Without reaching for settlement, you can't tell me nonsense. Agreement is agreement.
Oh, agreement is agreement, yo. Well, it would seem, some would interpret what Nyesom Wike said in his last statement as a subtle jab at the presidency when he says, do not take our support of the president for granted. So if you don't support the president, what's the alternative?
You know, in all of this, with the live band, with all the drama, with the circus, with the people lined up, both parties, it's it's a tragedy. Because if you look at Rivers State should be competing with Lagos in terms of infrastructure, development. And what we've seen is, development and governance is taking the back foot. What we're seeing is politicking because of the egos of certain individuals that feel, oh, they must wield influence here and there. And when the FCT minister says we, Who is he
the
referring
we?
to as we?
You say you don't know the work that we did there.
Well, he also said in line with all of that comment that if everything goes south, he's going to spill the beans of the election.
I really wish they would spill it.
it's-
Let them scatter everything.
These statements he made, there were threats there were innuendos, there were...
Osun State government.
Statements that are subject to multiple interpretations.
Done some things
done
in Osun
something
State.
illegal, you know.
And it'll be
to
great. It'll be great
influence
for the
electoral
FCT minister
process.
to just spill everything. You know, he who comes to equity must come with clean
You can't be bigger
hands.
than a state. You can't be bigger than a political party. You've already done your worst in the People's Democratic Party. It's almost comatose. And then you're bringing that division into the APC and they're telling you, look, you can't do this here. And then you're returning with threats.
All right, we want to hear what you think about this. We're streaming live on YouTube via News Central TV Live. When we come back from this break, I'll be taking comments from YouTube. Stay with us. You're welcome back to Breakfast Central. We're, of course, looking at wake-up conversations and seeing the update in Rivers State. We did play you Nyesom Wike's reply, but in case you're wondering why he was so upset and what led him to make those very strong statements, let's take a look at the statement of the National Secretary of the APC, Ajibola Bashir.
Fubara to the APC, the South-South geopolitical zone made a first. That is the first zone that asks all APC governors in the zone. So I congratulate our governor, I congratulate our party, because when the governor is doing well, it's symbol that our party is doing well. But the only way you can compensate the governor, compensate our party, people of Rivers State, is to continue to vote for our party, the APC, in all elections. APC, and I know that in the fullness of time, in the general election coming, the vote for our party, the vote for our governor, the vote for our president will be very massive in Rivers State. Yes.
There you have it. We'll head to X to take what Nigerians are saying, but also to mention we're streaming live on YouTube. News Central TV Live is where to find us. What are your thoughts for how the drama that has ensued in Rivers State is and your projections as well?
Before we go to what Nigerians are saying, I'm just wondering how the dexterity and the fact that the FCT minister can juggle so many things at the same time. Because it's currently, you wonder what your primary assignment is, your KPIs, because it's currently in Rivers State.
Campaigning.
Campaigning, but it's not called campaign. It says it's a thank you tour of all the local government areas. Let's imagine when he was governor. Do you think he would allow the ex-governor, Rotimi
Never.
Amici, to do such? So don't do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you. And then the FCT itself, our reporters have been reporting on the amount of refuse heaps and the state of the environment in the FCT, that lack of street lights and refuse heap is smelling. So it would be nice for the governor to,
And that's
for
not
the
all.
minister,
There's also
to face
an
his
emergence.
primary responsibility.
Sorry to butt in, Benga. There's also an emergence
Insecurity.
of one chance.
Yes,
They killed, a
insecurity.
lawyer was killed.
Very sad.
The
Oh,
Nigerian
yeah.
Bar Association.
I mean,
yeah, that's
and
the
a
state.
nurse was also killed.
Karo. It's a popular Karo in Abuja as well. A very clean, beautiful scenery and other areas all smelling.
I mean, this is a nice
And then the lawyer that was
Federal
killed.
Capital Territory.
That moved the NBA, Nigerian Bar Association president, to put out a statement about the state of insecurity in Abuja. And then you wonder when all of these things are happening. You know, in a saner climate, the people of Abuja, I mean, that's it. The Federal Capital Territory must not become a fertile ground for one-chance murderers. He did put out that statement yesterday. It was painful. It's Miss Chinemerem Pascalina Chukwumeze, a nurse, and Princess Chigbo Mediatrix, a dear colleague, that's a lawyer, former treasurer of the Nigerian Bar Association Abuja branch. They lost their lives after falling victim to their deadly criminal enterprise. Their bodies were later discovered in different locations across the city. Now, these were not faceless victims. They were professionals, contributors to society, and ordinary citizens who whose only intention was to return safely from their daily engagements. Their deaths underscore a frightening reality that insecurity is once again tightening its grip on the nation's capital. And Binga, one will wonder, as a president, first of all, where is our president? There's no statement.
Where is our president? Repeat that question.
Where is our president?
Bonjour, les merci.
Come on to the play.
Okay. I hope I've been able to answer you and not confuse you.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So-
because in all of this drama, no, let's be honest. I mean, I know sometimes, but let's just be honest. You cannot have this
I'm
level
always honest.
of insecurity, this level of braggadocio. Oh, just name it whatever you want to name it.
Like there's no father figure
Like
to
there's no,
hold
like
things
it's
together.
a free for all. It's a free
it's
reign.
almost like we're
Look
not
at-
autopilot.
Look at that story from the Nigerian Bar Association. It's sad. 2 persons were killed. Guess
Today
what?
is the 9th day of the new year. Your president hasn't stepped foot.
Okay.
There's a
country.
lot. If you list a lot. So what we're saying is, they say it starts from the top. Leadership starts from the top. That's what anybody will tell you about leadership. And it rolls down to whoever follows. If the president has not spoken about the United States, President Trump's bombing in Sokoto up until date, the president has not made any
But he has
statement
spoken.
about...
Now, what else do people want
No,
him to
hold
say?
on. I mean,
He's spoken to say that he was aware they did it in collaboration.
statement.
No,
He didn't
not from the
address.
president.
You want a
we're talking
physical
about the
address.
president.
People are
I'm
expecting
even
a lot.
talking about the ills. Let's call it the ills. Let's call it what it is. It is the ills of maladministration from different quarters. And the quarters I simply mean is, one, look at what is happening in the FCT. 2 persons have died. The FCT minister has not even put out a statement about the people that have died in a place where he's overseen, but he's putting out statements and busy. There's a
Then
lot
he has to rein in on his minister because you declared a state of emergency because of this political squabbles happening in River State. And the same River State is about to implode because there's impeachment notice on the governor.
That's the new one.
The same,
That's
so
the
it
update.
means all your
The thing he
peace
did
meetings
was in... You
futility.
you
Exactly.
echo my thoughts, because that's what I wanted to say as well, that the president stepped in, they had the peace accord. Initially, it was like Siminalayi Fubara was not being respectful of the president, the father of the nation. Eventually, he succumbed after the emergency rule was declared, and they found a way to settle it. So it would seem that at the end of the day, all the president's effort was just a futility, and he hasn't had as much influence in bringing stability to the state. Is Nyesom Wike bigger than President Bola
Do you
Ahmed
think
Tinubu?
this sort of thing would have happened when former
Obasanjo-
President Obasanjo
No,
was
no, it
president?
won't happen.
No.
Who are you? Who born you? Who you?
You know, let's just say it the way it is, guys. Back then, I mean, I can speak for myself. I wasn't active in terms of writing and following up daily news and current affairs journalism. I was focused on another aspect of journalism. But of course, once you're in the newsroom,
You know what's
back then it was radio newsroom.
And you're an
There's no
adult.
way the
Yeah.
news desk would not be talking and you will not pay attention, or they would have a general meeting because everybody had a general meeting. They would talk about, okay, news, what are you doing? Sports, what are you doing? This, so you would know what's going on. You dare not. And I say so because, one, maybe both of you are not, maybe you're not seeing. I just want to bring one aspect. 2 people are being killed, though. Maybe we need to reread that. You need to read that letter again from the Nigerian Bar Association.
in the FCT.
They were murdered in the same state that you celebrated and said that you've brought life into the state. 2 persons, professionals, killed. Killed. And guess what? The person who's supposed to oversee the security of that state. No, guys, wait, let's listen to this. He's somewhere fighting. He's not the governor of that state.
Thank you.
But if we're being fair,
He's not the
Thank
governor
you,
of that
Togo.
state.
but if we're being fair, what that is not quite different from what we see at the presidency level, where we would see situations that there have been attacks in certain states and Nigerians have been killed, and the president will not be here. He will be nowhere to be found. So I don't think that you can criticize what you are also guilty of in this case.
Olive.
I don't know how the president will rein him
Olive,
in
this one,
when he does the same thing as well.
While I would say this one is even different from that of the president. The president takes a leave. He puts an official note that I won't be around. This one, you are seeing the individual. The individual with
has
your
a primary
kuru eye.
responsibility.
He's somewhere else. He's
it's
fighting.
like-
Well, the first primary
almost like
assignment he has
it's
been
time
given.
for Breakfast Central, and I'm doing Instagram Live somewhere else, and I'm.
Do you understand?
I'm just ignoring both of you.
And then they tell you that, oh,
know.
your show, Breakfast Central,
It's-
something has fallen and you're in charge. You said, you don't even. So people have died you have a primary assignment as the FCT minister.
You're right.
People are crying that, oh, they've killed 2 people. Insecurity is back. 1 child operators are back. Guess what? The state is smelling, but you have turned a deaf ear to
And
that.
you are antagonizing
focused
people.
on
Even the ruling party, you're making veiled threats.
Okay, let's see what Nigerians are saying about this. But I'll first start with YouTube, where we're streaming live. Lenin Ikwere says, in a sane world, Wike would have been picked up by law enforcement agency but saying he'll say a lot of things if he's sacked. Because he really needs to say those things. So, Victor Okebata, I'm not sure I can read this comment. He says, Wike needs to be forced to see someone urgently and someone in the line of medical personnel. But let's go on X and see what Nigerians are saying about this on X as well. Our first tweet, Wike must now choose between his job in Abuja or his godfather role in Rivers State. The man needs urgent, realistic advice. Time is running out and he seems not to understand the nature of the political cloud hovering over him. This is from Daily Justice.
A word of advice.
King Dave?
King Dave says, Abuja is currently shaking. APC leaders have officially labeled Wike a threat to national security, while he's busy using his 26 legislative puppets to destabilize Rivers. His own employers are demanding his head. Tinubu, the message is clear. You can't build renewed hope. You can't build renewed hope on the foundation of a man who knows only how to destroy. Sack the drama minister today, says King Dave. TFK says they are joking when he delivered Rivers State to them. Where were they and their banners? He's referring to the protesters. Rivers State people voted. I don't understand how he delivered Rivers State to them. Okay, he did the groundwork and the politicking, I guess. Austin says, these are sponsored protesters. It may surprise you, they don't even know the offense of Wike. Okay.
What is my offense?
Olumide Nelson says, Rivers Wahala don't reach national level. 2027 loading. Niger politics, that true season film, full of twists, high moments, low moments, and suspense. With it give person heart attack. I think Nigerians have resigned themselves to just take it for the entertainment value that it brings. You know, the gossip, the he says, she says, and that's where the problem lies. Honey to you. Off the rock. Wow, some of this handles,
social media handles very.
It reminds me of Olive's email when she was in law school. Olive Dimple Olive Cute Olive 665.
Now you'll be 666.
At yahoo.com.
You'll be 666.
At yahoo.co.uk.
No. It's Slim Shady. So you now put for life or to die for.
_ Johansson.com.
Oh yeah. Let's take another one. This one says, if he sacked Wike, then everything will be revealed. He doesn't have the balls to sack him. Okay. Do we have another tweet? All right, these are the comments that we've seen on X. There's more. Unfortunately, we can't take those. On YouTube, Victor Okebata says, there's no government in Nigeria. Everyone is on their own. Lillian Oluoha says, good day, the crew. Why the one-chance criminal gang come to limelight these days is because NBA is involved. People die here in Abuja every day in their numbers. No thanks to one chance.
So it's such a menace. One of our correspondents, our State House correspondent, Bettina Wiley, did a report on it. Hope we will during the course of our program today. Yeah.
Yes.
But I think we'll have a break. Let's go for a break very quickly. When we come back, we'll take a look at the next stage. Now, this is season 2, series episode 4. And we're back. So, still staying with Rivers State, because that's obviously the biggest story in the land. Well, not really the biggest, but one of the biggest stories. The Rivers State chapter of the All Progressives Congress has strongly rejected the impeachment process targeted at Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy, describing the move as unnecessary and destabilizing. Now, yesterday, just in case you missed out, the Rivers State House of Assembly came together, and they spoke and talked about how they will start the process to impeach the current governor, Governor Siminalayi Fubara, and ensure that the process will be complete this time. Well, guess what? The current party of the governor, APC, acknowledged the independence of the Rivers House of Assembly and its constitutional powers of checks and balances, but insisted that the impeachment threat reportedly linked to budgetary matters is misplaced and appears to be a carryover of internal disputes from the opposition. The party highlighted that the 1.485 trillion naira budget approved during the period of emergency rule remains valid until August 2026. with constitutional provisions allowing the governor flexibility on supplementary budgets and spending timelines. You see this drama, it's about to go to another stage. Let's take a look at this video and we'll come back.
Distinguished colleagues, the majority leader, one house please, order. The majority leader has just laid before the house the notice of allegations of gross misconduct brought pursuant to Section 188 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended 1999, and this particular letter was signed by 26 members of the Rivers State Assembly, which the majority leader has read their names. Distinguished colleagues, I am now in receipt of this letter, and pursuant to the sections of the 1999 Constitution is amended, I will ensure that this letter is forwarded to His Excellencies Similar Fubara, GSSRS, Governor of Rivers State, within 7 days. Distinguished colleagues, I will do that. Rest assured, I will not renege. I will do my job in line with.
And the next 6 months, before he will give account of or statement of account of Rivers people. Other governors are saying how they are receiving money, how much they received, how much they have spent since he became governor. Since May 2020, since May 29th, 2023, Simla Fubara and Ngozi Madu were sworn in. They have never for once issued any statement of account of Rivers State. Not once. And the governor is boasting that they are going to call us and give us order not to follow the Constitution. And people are going in the media, people that we respect, elders that we respect are supposed to call him to order. They are going to tell him that what he's doing is good, rather than caution the governor for his infractions on the Constitution. They are clapping for him. Rather than calling on the governor, they are calling on our FCT minister, who is helping Mr. President in Abuja, and making it look like it's a problem between the FCT minister and the governor. It is not FCT minister and the governor. It is the governor and the Constitution. The governor is a threat to our democracy. It is better we all resign and leave the governor and those he wants to use to defraud Rivers people. We cannot continue to allow this to happen. We sit here, elected people, and we cannot follow, we cannot enforce the Constitution. Then why are we here? Why are we sitting here? Why were we elected? For how long are we going to allow this to happen? Distinguished colleagues, enough is enough. If they want us to forget the legislature, we leave the legislature. Let only the governor and the deputy governor spend as they like and eat our money and do as they like. Why were we elected? Why do we have the legislature? Why can't we be allowed to do our job? Distinguished colleagues, I thank you for your contributions. We will follow this impeachment process through.
You know be God though. I dey write for you. Weekend and lager. Weekend oh, na minister you be oh, na Fubara be governor.
You be na Fubara be governor.
You know, the sights and sounds on social media, that's just a little we could bring to you. There's so many reactions.
I feel bad
so many
that I'm
videos
entertained
of
by
story.
this, especially with the music. The one thing you can't take away is the beautiful music that the people of Rivers State have. It's interesting. But let's go back to the meat of the story. The Amewule-led assembly and the drama that ensued. Now, for the second time, you recall that before the emergency rule was declared in Rivers State, this was how it all began. The clash between the executive governor of Rivers State and the lawmakers in Rivers State, with them saying that they were going to impeach him and attempt to impeach him with allegations with the demolition or the collapse of the assembly complex and their allegation that the governor was behind it, with them moving into a quarters, still attempting to impeach the governor, eventually them announcing that they were leaving the party to the People's Democratic Party, then later claiming that they did not leave because can anyone prove that they actually left the party? You know, and then they came back. And the president had then at this point set up his own assembly. He had then appointed his own speaker. The government had appointed their own speaker. The president had, the governor had presented his budget to this new speaker, the three of them.
3 members.
And then the old assembly came back and said, this is illegal. This is not a duly constituted assembly. They fought the whole back and forth, and then the president had to step in and declare a state of emergency.
When they carried out the LG elections.
Yes, local government elections
in
October.
That won all.
But one.
You know, but one. You know, and then there were fingers pointing to... Oh.
So my question is, if they say that the governor they're accusing the governor of gross misconduct, I don't quite understand what gross misconduct means. Can they state in clear terms?
They stated
what exactly, what the spending is? Did the government not present the budget? They're asking the government to represent the budget.
They're using the budget of Vice Admiral Ibas, that it only expires in August of 2026, so it covers him.
No, the person saying that,
yes.
Let me just reiterate clearly. The person saying that is the APC in response to the Rivers State House of Assembly and the FCT minister that the budget is what the Rear Admiral Ibok Etebas left, and that the governor can use it. It covers it until August 2026. But the House of Assembly is saying, no, that is wrong. He's supposed to come and represent so that they can look at it, which numbers, you know, initially was 800 and something billion. Now it's about 1.4 something trillion that they want him to come and represent so that they can approve of it. But then again, just to mention, the impeachment saga has 8 allegations, 8, and 8 of them, one of them is reckless and unconstitutional expenditure of public funds. That's what they're accusing him of. Unconstitutional misappropriation of public funds, that's number 2.
Is it the same?
No, the first one is reckless. The first one is reckless and unconstitutional. The second one is unconstitutional misappropriation. Maybe the monies, the budgets, the inflation, and so on. The third one, hindering the Rivers State House of Assembly from performing its constitutional duties. The fourth one, illegal appointment of persons without allowing for screening by the House of Assembly as provided by the Constitution. I want to pause here at number 4. Didn't the sole administrator appoint people? Were they screened?
No, but the Constitution had been temporarily suspended. So, being a state of emergency,
so now that
the State of Assembly was...
Have they decided to change those people?
True. Are the appointees still there? Yeah.
Anyway, 5, seizure of salaries and funds meant for assembly members. He gave them 100,000 naira now for the holiday.
No, that's a bonus. And I'm not sure about the seizure of
I don't know about that, but he gave them something. 6, seizure of salaries of the clerk of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Emeka Amadi. 7, okay, I remember that name. 7, refusal to implement provisions of the Constitution on financial autonomy of the legislature and the judiciary. And then 8, withholding of funds meant for the running of the Rivers House of Assembly Service Commission and hindering its activities. So when you hear the Speaker, Martin Zamawole, speak with so much annoyance, anger, say, maybe we should just leave this place for them, let them run it and use the money they want to use. You can see where the counts are coming from. You see
because a lot of it has to do with the running of the River State House of Assembly.
Everything that we see here and we will see is based on this and control. Those two things, control and that. But I have a big question for us as we segue and move on. The current, the FCT minister and of course the members of the Assembly and its supporters say that Fubara, the governor of River State, is changing the structure. Is dismantling it and they will not allow that. But the APC has also mentioned that now that the current governor you see there on the screen is a member of the APC, he is now known as 001.
Yeah, he's the leader of the party in the state. Yeah.
And someone from the presidency who works closely to the president, I'm talking about... but
the FCT minister disagrees though. He says it's 01 of his ward.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to. Yes, the FCT minister says 01, but the presidency has said that anybody who ports, let me use that word port for want of clarity for those who are watching understand port better, to the APC automatically becomes the 001, especially if the person is a governor. And in a recent outing, they mentioned Governor Borowori. He moved. Remember that others in Delta State had no choice, but they came out and said, okay, we're going to align with you and with your new structure. You also have Governor Umo Eno in Akwa Ibom. Another said, we're aligned with you. Umo Eno even said, if you can't align, resign. And some quickly resign.
You can't align, resign.
You know, I mean, that's how we play words, man. Olive, stop. Let's focus. Come on. And that's what he said. And people quickly did that. So why would River State be different? Why should it be different? If Governor Simona Fubara is now 001, it means that Wike's structure will have to be what? Collapsed. Because take note, Wike's structure is a PDP structure. Simona Fubara is an APC structure, which is fresh. So it has to align with the center. So why is the FCT minister, why doesn't he want it to align with the center?
The FCT minister said it, that he doesn't want him to return for a second term. So all of this that is happening, it's inconsequential. As long as he doesn't nurse any ambition of coming back, he'll be fine. And that's the only thing he's asking for. Whether he's the best performing governor in Nigeria or not, whether the streets of rivers are paved with milk and honey, he doesn't care as long as this man
doesn't come for a second term. And why is that?
And that's it. That's just the problem.
I mean, there are those who allege that the reason why he would fight tooth and nail to ensure that the governor does not come back for a second term is because of the...
Agreement is agreement.
No, that's not even just that. That's one. But the reason why the agreement is there in the first place, apart from egos being bruised, is because of the potential of him desiring to run for presidency in future. And you know that whoever controls the structure of the state, if the governor comes back for a second term, that solidifies him as being in charge of the state structure. And that might affect his chances of
and he said he'll be politically dead.
Yeah, to run for president. But these are all the different analysis that people have regarding this. Let's head to X and see what Nigerians are saying about the purported attempted impeachment of Governor Simona Fubara.
That's what they call boom pow.
Wow.
English.
Spirit of Odumeje. Let's see what Nigerians are saying on X about this allegations of impeachment. Fubara deflected. Deflected what?
Football. He's mixing it. Okay, I understand. AFCON is on, so he's mixing the lexicons.
Fubara defected to APC because of Wike, and APC will never allow Fubara to be impeached. And besides, State Chief Judge is loyal to Governor, so Wike's political dominance in Rivers may be coming to an end gradually. Which APC, the Wike faction or the Tinubu faction or the INEC-approved faction? Wait, does the Tinubu faction differ from the Wike faction? I'm not understanding.
I mean, is Wike is not a member of the FCT minister is not a member of the...
Neither is he a member of the PDP, according to some PDP members. How can someone in opposition PDP want to impeach APC governors? Wonders shall never end. And APC National says Fubara is the leader. APC State says Fubara is the leader. Rivers House says Fubara is a mistake. The battle isn't between parties anymore. It's between the past and the present. 7 days to the impeachment deadline. Let the games begin, Prince says. I said it, that Fubara had gained immunity simply by joining APC. Ihechukwu Ngumezi says.
This is the principle of deodorization.
So when you come, we spray your sins away. But what you think about this is very important. Let us know on YouTube. We're streaming live. Drop your thoughts in the chat box to let us know what your thoughts and your predictions about how this will end. Is there really peace anytime soon in Rivers State, or is it, or adio papa that we're about to see for some persons in Rivers State? We're streaming live on News Central Live. We've taken the comments of Lenny Ikwere, Victor Okebata, and Lilian Oloha. We're taking a few more comments as the show progresses. But gentlemen, any final thoughts before we wrap up Wake Up Conversation?
No, I mean, we have our guests who are joining us, seasoned analysts will be joining us.
So we'll look at the legality and everything
the legal aspect of it. I know you're supposed to put, part of the thing is you're supposed to send a notice of allegation. It will take 14 days
for the governor to respond.
Yeah, the legal professionals to handle that.
All right. Before we bring in this...
there might also be a political solution before that. Orders can come from the above, from above, knowing that the House of Assembly members and the governor are both APC, so they could use internal dispute mechanisms from
But
Abuja
don't
to
forget
settle it. And then the FCT minister cannot sit in that meeting because he's not a member of the APC. So there will be an in-house
All right.
solutions to prevent this from blowing overboard.
All
But
right.
let's see how things are. I mean, it's just a suggestion.